Now we are back at the plasma cutting machine, and I'm going to explain how it works. When we get a job, we'll get a cutting sheet that goes with the job. There's also fabrication pages for the welder to fabricate necessary outlets. So you find the length that you need. Some key points about the plasma cutting machine. There are 3 butterfly screws on this setup that holds the plasma cutter. Plasma cutter, gun, torch, however you want to call it, has many names. It has a safety. You lift up, you're able to press down so that you don't accidentally press it and hurt yourself or someone else. So this butterfly screw locks it in when you have it where you need it to be. Say my measurement is 5 inches. I lock it in at 5 inches. Then you twist and it stays. You use this butterfly screw as a marker, a unit of measure. So the edge of this is the same as the edge of the torch once you have it on. You'll put it on the edge of the 5-inch line, and then that accounts for the thickness of the plasma burner, the actual plasma that comes out. It accounts for that. And then instead of cutting in the middle and then you lose some of the actual measurement you wanted, cuts on the side of it and you get all of it. So let's say I had the pipe out and it wasn't in. You would set it accordingly. There's a wheel that it latches onto. This wheel presses onto these 2 wheels, and when you turn it on, they spin, and this keeps the tension on it so that the pipe does roll. It has a chance to not roll if this wears out. One good example, since we're here, of ones that wear out, these are 2 old ones. The circles in between are a lot bigger. They're supposed to be small. It's supposed to be about the size enough to fit a thread in. So you push this in. So this rod, it controls the air pressure valve, I guess you could say, you could call it that. When you push this in, it clamps the whole pipe on. These wheels come up. When you release it, they release up. And that fully clamps it. Once everything's set, you have 3 dials right here. One adjusts the spin speed. Depending on the size of the pipe, you might have to slow it down. Depending on the thickness of the metal, you might have to slow it down. So that's why they have this dial to adjust the speed. You also have another dial to let the machine know basically what thickness metal you're using, whether it be Schedule 40, that's what it's set for, or Schedule 10, which is right here. And then the other one is auto or manual. We don't do manual cuts. We basically have it set, we clamp it, we find the measurement, we have this table with this welding arm, this torch arm, the burner, to hold it in place, and then we put it on auto. And once we do that, it'll start to spin by itself. And now I'm gonna activate it. I release the safety, you lift it up, and then you press down. It's important that you don't wiggle your arm left or right. You keep the same position as you have when you started, or you may have a pipe that's off angle, the wrong size. So I'm gonna start it now. A large part of the smoke that gets created gets sucked up into this big ventilation shaft. It's important to not fill the shop with smoke. As a fire protection company, how could we have the firemen come by here just because we let so much smoke go into the smoke detectors? So yeah, this is very important. And any part that has to deal with a torch burning. Here at New York Plumbing Supply, we'll handle all your plumbing and fire protection needs.